Hello, I'm Sarah Maiga, your go-to real estate expert and associate broker of Maiga Homes with Keller Williams. Today, I'm going to be covering one of my specialty topics in my Selling a Home series, 5 things to think about when selling a luxury home. I'm sure you're aware, but selling a luxury or higher-end home requires a different pricing strategy, potentially different market preparation needs, and things to consider or think about for financing and appraisal issues. I personally specialize in selling custom or luxury homes that are priced $400,000 plus in our local market. With that being said, I'm going to jump right into the list of the 5 things that you should consider when selling a luxury home. Consideration 1, how to price a luxury home. Consideration 2, how to prepare a luxury home for market. Consideration 3, how to advertise a luxury home. Consideration 4, what your pool of available buyers looks like and desires in a luxury property. And consideration 5, what financing or appraisal issues could arise and how to avoid them. Now that you know the list of 5 things to think about, let's dive a little bit deeper into each one. Consideration 1, how to price a luxury home. Pricing a luxury home can be much more difficult than other properties for the following reasons. Generally, there are less available comparable homes for sale, and the ones that are considered comparable are not always actually comparable. There can be drastic differences in the finishes or upgrades of homes at a luxury price point. More square footage doesn't always translate into more money. Oftentimes, the upgrades do not always relate or affect the value, especially when you've spent large sums of money on things that you like but may not matter to a buyer. You have to also think about where buyers are searching and where the home should be priced to make sure it's seen online, not just what you want to sell it for. So when looking to price a luxury home, you want to make sure you hire a professional realtor like myself who can look hard at the market data to find a competitive price for your house that takes into account all of the important features and where your buyers are looking to bring you a solid and acceptable offer. Consideration 2, how to prepare a luxury home for market. I'm sure you're expecting this one, but what is necessary to get a luxury home for sale ready can be drastically different than another property for the following reasons. You have to paint a lifestyle that your buyer is likely to want to live so that they see their dreams coming true in your home. If a home is dated or doesn't show well, it can often be hard to convince a buyer to spend $500,000 or more on your home. There is often more inventory available at a higher price point, which means you have more competition. You'll have to do your absolute best to show really well and price yourself competitively to appeal to the most possible buyers. If the home is empty or has outdated furniture, home staging services are often a necessary investment to appeal to the most potential buyers. Paint and carpet are always a good return on investment, but matter even more with the higher end home. Consideration 3, how to advertise a luxury home. When selling a luxury home, you want to make sure that your agent is making your home look its absolute best online to all of the potential buyers out there. As a part of the luxury listing marketing plan, your agent should be doing the following things: professional photographs, exterior drone photos, a virtual drone video tour, floor plan renderings, a comprehensive list of features, updates, upgrades, and structural options, any neighborhood HOA or school information that can help a buyer make a decision. In addition, your agent should also be advertising your listing in all of the avenues your potential buyer may be looking at. 97% of homeowners purchasing a property worth $400,000 or more used a buyer's agent to make that purchase. So it is of the utmost importance that your agent has an active and aggressive marketing plan to advertise to agents who may be working with your buyer. When I list a luxury home for sale, I research every agent who sold a home in that city, whether on the listing or buy side, at a similar price point and put them on a 10-day active marketing campaign. This involves texts, emails, and calls to provide them with information on the listing and stay top of mind. I also use reverse prospecting in the multiple listing service, also known as the MLS, to find every agent who has a client set up with the buyer portal in the MLS that matches our home's criteria and put them on the same campaign. Create a profile of the lifestyle, interests, activities, professions, and income requirements that your buyer is likely to have, and create targeted Facebook ads across Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send out all of the features and advertising to our database of buyers, clients, and affiliates when we hit market. Feature your listing on the front page of the Maiga Homes website so that it gets exposure and is easy to find. If your home is $650,000 or more, I will request to advertise your home as a Michigan Dream Home with the Detroit News. Now, this is not a comprehensive list, as there are more ways that we advertise, but these are the most notable avenues that you should be aware of, and your agent should be using when advertising your luxury property. Consideration 4. What your pool of available buyers looks like and new construction homes for sale. One of the hardest things about selling a luxury home is the available pool of buyers. Depending on the price point, the higher up in price, the harder it is to procure a buyer. This is because less than 20% of the entire population in Michigan can afford a house at $500,000, and less than 10% can afford a house that costs $750,000 or more. This means that you're competing to sell amongst a small pool of buyers with a lot of available options to purchase. So it's of the utmost importance that you understand how your home differentiates and compares to what else is on the market. In fact, you need to know what we're competing with in your city, but often within a large radius as well, because a buyer who is looking to purchase a home that's more than $500,000 is often looking in more than one city. In addition, as a luxury home, you're also competing with all of the new construction homes available for sale, which often have beautifully decorated model homes to visit and have very low attractive base prices. This can make it much harder for a luxury home to sell, especially if it's more dated, because the buyer can go right down the road and design their own home at a cost that is still acceptable to them. Consideration 5. What financing or appraisal issues could arise and how to avoid them. Another one of the most difficult considerations when selling a luxury home is getting the buyer's lender to support the sale price with a property appraisal. As I have discussed in one of my other videos, an appraisal is an objective review of the comparable home sales completed by a third-party appraiser to demonstrate to the lender that the value the buyer is offering you is supported through similar property sales. When you sell a luxury home, it can be more difficult to have an appraisal support the price because the home is more unique, and there are less comparable sales in a given area. This is important because the bank will only finance what the home appraises to. So if the appraisal comes back $50,000 shy of the purchase price, the buyer has to bring that money out of pocket to the closing table, you have to come down in price, or you meet somewhere in the middle. It's important to have an agent who understands the pitfalls of financing and appraisals for a jumbo loan product so that they can protect your equity throughout the entire selling process. I hope that you found this episode informative and encourage you to check out all of my other videos in my Selling a Home series so that you can be an informed home seller. As a reminder, if you have questions about this topic or anything else related to real estate, please reach out to me at the information below to get your questions answered. Furthermore, if you think you're within a year of making a move, give me a call and we can set up a moving consultation to start creating your custom moving plan. And I promise, if I'm not able to personally assist you, I'm part of a global real estate company and can refer you to a similarly qualified agent anywhere in the world. Next week's episode will cover, should I get a pre-listing home inspection? So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel today and tune in weekly to learn more about selling your home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.